In this video, I'm going to go through how to calculate the daily bathing load for a swimming pool, or the bather load. This is a maximum number of people that should use the pool over the course of a day. So whatever a day is for your type of pool. So not many pools are open 24 hours a day, so it'll be from the time you open up in the morning until the time you close down in the evening. And what you do to work this out, it's important to work it out and put in the normal operating procedures for the pool, because with the pool circulation system, the filtration system, the chemical dosing, all of it, really, there's a limit to it. There's a limit to what it can do, to what it can achieve in terms of providing clean, safe and hygienic water. If you overload the pool water with too much pollution, and it's bathers that are providing the majority of that pollution, then the system just will not be able to cope. So it's sensible to have some sort of limit set on the numbers of people using the pool on any given day, to prevent it from becoming overloaded, which would lead to a deterioration in pool water quality. So what you do is you start with the instantaneous bathing load that we discussed in another topic, and that was 110 that we ended up with there. So if your instantaneous load is different, obviously you're going to end up with a different bather load, but let's use 110 for this example. All you do to calculate your maximum daily bathing load is take 25% to 50% of 110 and multiply by 12. So for example, 50% of 110, we're talking 55, and 25% of 110, what are we talking? Well, it's going to be 25, 26, let's say 27, or would be 27 and a half, wouldn't it? But 27.5. And you multiply each of these figures by 12. This figure of 12 has been provided by PUTAG, the Pool Water Treatment Advisory Group. So if crack out the calculator at this point. So 27.5 times 12, that's going to give us 330, and then 55 times 12 is going to end up being 660. So that means that our daily bathing load is 330 to 660 bathers. So what you would need to do, if I just get rid of this, you'd basically need to make sure that your daily bathing load doesn't go beyond this range. Now, if your pool plant system is old and not as reliable as perhaps you'd want, then you're going to have your range more towards that end. But if it's a modern system with things like UV and fairly new filters, you may be able to push it up to the 660 range. But if you go beyond it, then you're likely to experience a deterioration in pool water quality. So a bit like the instantaneous load, it's not as, there's more to it than just working out this, just using this formula to come up with a figure. You're going to have to think about a few other factors as well, such as I mentioned, the age of your plant room, the reliability of the equipment in there, how clean the bathers are. So give some consideration to whether or not your bathers are actually taking showers before they go into the pool. To the extent that they do take showers before they go into the pool, you might be able to push it more towards the upper end of the daily bather load range. But if you're fully aware that bathers don't tend to take a shower before they go into the pool, then they might be contributing twice the amount of pollution than another bather would that is taking a shower before they go into the pool. And in those sort of circumstances, perhaps it would be a better idea to keep it towards the lower end of that range. But experience will tell you what is appropriate. You'll get to know how many bathers can use the pool on a daily basis before you start to see a deterioration in water quality. I think the key point with this is you've got to have some sort of limit. You've got to have given some thought to the daily bathing load, and remember to include it in the normal operating procedure.